All right. Well, welcome back. Or maybe not welcome back. This is kind of new. But I wanted to do something kind of new with this channel in some way. In the past, I normally would have talked about, life experiences, which I still will in a little bit, not as, deep and personal and just everything I've been doing. But now I really want to just talk about experiences that I've had with other people, conversations I've had with people, and how that can be put into a conversation that I could put towards the camera. Because in some way, I feel like it could help people, even myself as well. Again, this is always something that I look back at and see how my perspective of thoughts, patterns, and everything has turned to. And now, the main topic that I want to talk about is dependency. But dependency can mean a lot of things. Dependency can mean being dependent on alcohol, on people, even on on thoughts. You can be dependent on drugs. You can be dependent on smoking, dependent on drinking, dependent on people, your relationships, and everything. But I really want to focus mainly when it comes to being dependent on people, even relationship wise, because that's the main conversation I've been having with people. And the way I see things right now is just so mind blowing of how, a lot of people act this way. A lot of people are dependent on others so they can be happy, which doesn't sound right to me, at least from the things I've been learning for some time now. And from all these conversations I've been having, it just seems like, people are not able to be happy alone. They're not able to be happy with their own thoughts, with their own actions. They always need like a third party source. There's people out there that before even thinking about what they should do by thinking themselves, they go to someone else right away. What should I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? It's like, why can't you think for yourself? And it's not healthy to be dependent with other people, because if you're so dependent on external motion, how can you even be content with yourself in a way that you can't figure out your own life problems? You have to be able to work through your own problems on your own without having to go to someone else at first thought and think that they could solve your problems for you. There's a lot of people out there that will say, this person is the only thing that makes me happy. Without them, I wouldn't be happy, blah, blah, blah. I can't do this without them. I can't do that without them. When will people learn that you have to be content with yourself? You have to be happy by yourself and have this relationship that you have with this other person as an add-on, as an extra source of happiness. Not a source, but just an add-on. If I use the word source, it sounds like that I'm saying that, they are another place to get happiness from, but that's not it. You're not supposed to be taking that happiness from them and feel like, that's something that you should be draining from them. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes any sense. Your main source of happiness should be from yourself. The things you do, the things that you think, the things that you put in your everyday life, it needs to make you happy. Because if you keep on depending on other people to make you happy, how are you even content with yourself? Oh, I'm going to do this and this and this for them because it makes them happy. And these things that you're doing, it is actually good for you, but why are you doing it for the other person? Why aren't you doing it for yourself? Because what happens if the person disappears? You cannot have that dependency on someone else to make you happy, because sometimes they will not be on the same level you are. They won't be at the same level of happiness that you need them to be to provide that dependency for you. Having that hope of knowing, like, I see them, I'll feel a bit happy. That's okay. But like, if you are like, so, low in life, so depressed, so sad and everything like that, and think, when I see this person, I'll be happy. You cannot do that, because at the end of the day, then now your only source of happiness, your only source of uplifting mood is directly from this person. It's like basically a cup. Imagine, either you or the other person has a full cup of water, which is basically like, their high energy, their happiness, and you're fucking just empty, and you're gonna be taking and taking from them, and at the end of the day, you're gonna have that full cup of happiness, and they're gonna have empty. Once you fucking drain yours out, where are you gonna get more from when you've already drained them out? You both have to have full cups, even half cups. You guys got to match, because if you're both low somehow, where are you going to get that from? You have to somehow figure out a way. And it's not easy to find that content with yourself, because a lot of people just don't know what makes them happy, what brings that joy to them when they wake up every day. It's a hard thing to kind of comprehend, because you wake up and you kind of have the same routine over and over and over again, and you get so used to that. But then there's always that little missing piece that people feel that isn't there, and we spend all this time just living our life. It's like, I am missing something. Take the time to find that missing piece. Don't drag someone down because you're not able to find that missing piece within yourself, and now you're basically being a burden to someone else because you just don't know what you want. I know some that are like, I want to be with them all the time. I want this and this and this and this. And I just want full on attention from the other person. I want all the attention possible because it makes me feel good. How do you expect the other person to give you all of this when they are also their own person too? They need a break sometimes as well. They need to be able to live their life and enjoy the things that they like to do. The other person is not your life. You cannot be depending on them to give you everything possible when they haven't even met their own needs too. Every single person needs to be able to meet their own needs, so that way you can make each other happy. You start taking all their time away from them just so that you can be with them, they won't be able to do the things that they love, and they won't be happy because they are now being taken away for the things that they like to do. I can't really say if it's this generation or the generation that we're in that has all this technology to know about it. And when it comes to social media, when it comes to like the whole Find My iPhone and being able to track people's locations, now you're depending on technology to know, where are they? What are they doing? Are they doing this? If you have trust in a person, if you have full on trust to know that they are a good person, they're good people, you wouldn't even need to be fucking tracking them. You don't need to have these external ways to know what they're doing, whatever it is. That's why you communicate with them. What's your plan for today? Are you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. That's it. You have full on trust to do it. You don't need to have that stuff. I feel like my ADHD is kind of like going side to side with this whole conversation. I think I'm like verging off of the dependency when it comes to like talking about like the whole Find My iPhone thing. You need to find a way to be able to live without a person for a day, for 2 days, whatever the case may be. I need to hear from them the moment I wake up. I need to hear what they're doing. I need to do it all. There are some people out there who will fucking need to be on someone's ass continuously all throughout the day and still be like, on your days off, I want to see you and I want to be doing this, this, and this. You got to give the person some fucking breathing space. Like, shit, man. Let them live their life. If the person didn't want to be around you, they wouldn't be talking to you at all. And the fact that you're asking this person to spend every single moment of their life right now to basically nurture your emotional needs or your verbal needs, whatever the case may be, will absolutely drain that person so much to a point where you're going to be wondering, oh, they're not giving to me anymore. Maybe they doesn't like me. Well, no, you're just asking for too fucking much. Stop being so dependent on your partner. Stop being so dependent on external forces and start being dependent on yourself. Bring yourself the happiness. Bring yourself whatever it is that makes you happy so you can live without having to depend on someone else. I'm saying the fucking word dependent way too much. But it's true. Like, we depend too much on too many things. There's like an obsessive dependency that people have that needs to be let go. It could be because of childhood traumas. It could be because of family dynamics. It could be because of a lot of things, but that tends to every single individual person. Everyone has a reason or a different reason why if we are dependent to certain things in our life, whether that's people, drugs, alcohol, anything. Oh, fuck. Shit, that hurts. And there's some people out there as well that have the notion of, I need to be with someone, I need to be in a relationship because I feel lonely because of this and this and this. And that's kind of sad that you would need to have someone in your life to feel less lonely. And yes, it could be because of past traumas, whatever the case may be. Do not touch my phone. I swear to God, I am making sure that everything looks good here. You have to be able to love yourself before you love anyone around you. Yes, you can still love people around you, but then when it comes to providing to someone, when it comes to receiving love from someone, when you receive and you're not content with yourself, you're going to start being dependent on that other person, that other party to give you what you are missing. You need to have what is already missing and fill that gap. So that way when you take from the other person, it feels even better. It's like an add-on in your life. Another person in your life should be an add-on. They should not be your whole life. So we have... Give me a fucking second. I need to use my hands here. So we have two people here, right? And let's say one person's content, one's not. This person that has the content side has the 5 Lego blocks, but they keep on getting more and more because they're content. They have what they have, and they're still building on themselves. But then you have that one person that has nothing. They got 0. So they keep taking Lego blocks from them over and over and over again. Now the person has 3 here, 2 here. They're trying to build more, but then the more they take, the lower they get, the harder it is to build more because now this person is dependent on them and is draining them. If you had 2 people with 5 blocks each and they are both content with their own lives and they saw this relationship as something as an add-on and they were happy and everything, they're getting more blocks on each side over and they're building from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8. Sometimes one person, maybe they're going through some shit in life. They kind of just stop losing, but the other person got more. Just give a little bit. Now they're leveled out. Something happens here, give more. That's a weird concept in some way. I don't know if that works, but in my head, that's how it works. Not everyone's gonna like the way that I put that, but I'm saying it over and over. Be content with yourself. Be content with yourself and you'll be able to provide, you'll be able to receive. The more you build yourself, which is something that I've been experiencing a lot in the past couple of months, the more you become content with yourself, the more you're able to be happy with yourself and you're able to thrive in your own energy, the more you attract good people around you. I stopped being dependent on other people to make me happy, and I started to look within and what was missing in my life, the things that I thought that I needed to work on, things that I didn't even know were there. I made sure that I understood myself through therapy, of course, because honestly, that was the only thing that helped me at the end of the day. I realized what was missing, what was damaging me, what was making me have these like outlooks on life, why I thought, shit was not working out. Behavioral patterns that I was doing that really did not help me at the end of the day. I worked on that. I took my time to really work on that, and I made sure that I was content with the things I was doing in life, with how I am as a person. I made sure it worked out. And now, since I've been doing all these things, you start to attract a lot of people into your life, and good people too. Of course, the weird people, the crazy people, the people who are very low and everything like that, they will still come. But then you at least know now what your worth is. You know what you're meant to be. You know who you should be surrounding yourself with. A lot of good people will start coming into your life, whether they're here for short term, just for hi, hello, or long term. You make yourself happy in whatever way you can. As long as it's healthy, you will attract abundance. You'll attract positivity, and it's your duty to keep that positivity and not allow any negativity into your life. Because when you allow negativity into your life, when you allow people who haven't hit that spot, of where they should be to enter your life in some way, you will start to drain yourself. That doesn't mean you cannot help these people when they're dependent on others or dependent on something else. You help them. You help them understand, like, what you can do. Not like in a direct way, but just be there for them in some way. It's subject to individual people. But do not allow other people's hardships affect your life, because you have your own you have your own life to live. We're here in this life for a very short time, and when it comes to us depending on other things to make us happy, when it comes to us depending on other people to make us happy, there's always a time where a lot of these people, not all of them, but a lot of these people may exit our life at some point, and we basically start at square zero again, trying to find this happiness, when really we should have been looking at it from ourselves. You could have a friend, a lifelong friend, maybe they move away, maybe they die. We don't know what the situation is, but that dependency we have, it will affect us in the future when these people start to leave. You could have a dependency on family, whether it's like, financially, emotionally, anything like this. And then now everything changes, and now you gotta learn how to fix that situation. I don't know. We're all dependent on something. Everyone has a little bit of dependency on something. But truly, even for myself, like I'm still working on my own. I'm still doing my own thing, trying to, figure out how to get rid of certain dependencies when it comes to certain aspects of my life. We're not all perfect. Nobody is perfect. Not a single person in this world is perfect. We just have to find ways to be better in some way where it doesn't stress us out. We take our time to understand things. We take our time to really understand what is wrong with us, what we need to change. The first step is just acknowledging that there's something that we can change, instead of ignoring it, instead of having a high-ass ego and thinking, I'm perfect, everything about me is perfect. Because in this generation, everyone thinks they're perfect. Everyone thinks that, they're better than the other person, whatnot. We're all the same. At the end of the day, we're all human beings. We're all exactly the same. We just have different problems, different ways we were raised. You just gotta find your power. Everyone has a different way of finding their power, and you just gotta be able to uplift that power even more. You don't have power, you have pain. Well, then turn that pain into power. And everyone has a different way of doing it. You just gotta acknowledge it. Acknowledge the pain. Acknowledge that whatever you're going through is happening, and you gotta find a way to fix it. Enjoy life. Life is short, but don't enjoy it to the point where you're enjoying it for the wrong reasons. Don't be doing things that you enjoy, but at the end of the day, it's not good for you. Because right now, in this generation, at least right now, enjoy your life. Go clubbing, go out. No, not that. Enjoy your life, go travel and everything. Yes, travel, but don't do it too much to a point where you're financially unstable. The money will come back. Yes, it will come back, but very slowly. That debt you're gonna have from doing all these things too much, it's gonna build up. All that interest is gonna build up. Find balance. Find enough balance where you can enjoy life in the way that you would like to, but also sacrifice a little bit to know that if you do too much, it will fucking bite you in the ass in the future. I bought this new camera. I sold my professional camera already before, like maybe a month or two ago, and I bought this one now. That way I can do some more travel videos, because speaking of travel, I feel like every month I want to do a short trip, a one-day trip to certain places that are not too far, maximum 5-6 hour flight, because I like exploration, I like adventures, and I wanted to buy this camera for that purpose. Unfortunately, can't really bring Dumpling on these trips with me because that would be a bit difficult. But Dumpling's turning 3 years old in about 2 days. Can't believe I've had him for almost 3 years. It's kind of crazy. This guy's getting old as fuck. Right, baby? Right, sexy boy? Enjoy life as it was given to you. We all came to this world for a reason, at least from what I believe. We were given a path, we chose the path, wherever the path was. It's up to us to really understand what we depend on and not depend on those things if it's unhealthy for us. We may see it as healthy, but maybe it's not. Only you know. Only you know what is unhealthy and healthy for you. Take advice from people, but don't think that their advice is good for you, because at the end of the day, you know what's best for you. If multiple people are telling you the exact same thing of what you should be doing, maybe listen to them then. Maybe you're so fucking high up in your ass with your ego that you have no idea what you should be doing. Maybe you should listen to them. As of right now, listen to yourself, do what your gut tells you. If you can't listen to your gut and people are telling you to do this, this, and this, and this, maybe they're right. Maybe that's the point where you actually start to listen to others, because like you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Sorry to break it to you, but sometimes some people are just not smart enough to make their own decisions. So listen to the advice people are telling you. If you can't think for yourself, but also don't be dependent on other people's advice all the time if you can't live your life. Some people literally cannot live their life without other people helping them out. So unlearn dependency. Depend on yourself. If that really makes sense, that does not fucking make any sense, but you know what the fuck I mean. Learn to live on your own. Don't depend on other people. I want to sneeze. I couldn't. God damn it, Dumbly. I was about to sneeze and you got in my face. Stop depending on everything else to make you happy. Be happy on your own. Be content with yourself. God damn. All right, I'm ending it here because I'm gonna be like going back and forth on the same damn topic, and I'm trying to sneeze right now, but I can't. Yeah, I think me talking is ruining my chances to sneeze. So yeah, all right. You like what you see? That's us. You see that? Anyways, good talk. This is the episode for dependency. I don't know what's gonna come yet. The more conversations I have, the more things that happen in life, the more I'll come with more stuff. Trust yourself, be dependent on yourself. Stop depending on other people to make you happy. It's fucking sad, honestly. All right, see you.